you guys, it's Paige, and today I'm doing a kind of combo type video. This is advice for first year or really any year of high school, and also a high school makeup tutorial, which is what I'm wearing right now. I used almost 100% drugstore products, and I used this Quad by Maybelline for my eyes. So yes. First will be the advice and then the tutorial, so if you want to see the tutorial, then just stay tuned. Alright, so obviously I'm graduated from high school. I have experienced 4 years of it, and I feel like I know what I'm talking about, so I hope that you guys can trust my advice. First thing that I have, and this obviously goes for freshmen and really anybody, is enjoy it. Enjoy your high school because it gets a lot harder once you get out of high school. You have to actually be in the real world, go to college, get a job. I mean, you obviously can have a job in high school, but just try and enjoy every year of it. I know it's going to be really hard and you're going to feel like crap a lot because you have a lot of work to do. You want to do well in school, you want to have friends, you want to have a good time, etc. But try not to take things like too heavily. Try not to stress a lot, because I stressed so much in high school and I definitely regret that because I spent a lot of time freaking out when I could have spent it elsewhere and doing something else. Definitely try and enjoy it as much as possible. I know not everybody has a very good high school experience, and mine was so-so, but try to enjoy it as much as you can. Another thing, and especially for freshmen, get involved in your high school. If you go to a high school that has sports, that has clubs, get involved in them because it's really going to benefit you in the long run. Obviously, if you don't do sports, then try and join some clubs. They have a ton of clubs at most high schools, and if you don't see a club that you like, you can always try and create your own. Really, if I hadn't branched out and tried cheerleading, then I would have never done All-Stars and I would have never done 4 years of high school cheer. It was just me being curious one day saying, hey, maybe I should try out for cheer at my high school, and I did, and I made it, and then began my cheerleading career. So definitely try and branch out and try new things and join some clubs. I was in Interact Club and NHS, which is National Honor Society. Those obviously aren't more exciting clubs, but they really are going to look good for college. They're going to look good on your college applications, and you want to think about that definitely. Even as a freshman, they're going to look and see, oh hey, this person was, you know, proactive in doing stuff their freshman year. We want to accept them. We want them to go to our school. But I mean, definitely do clubs just because you want to. Don't do them because you want them to look good on your application. If there's an anime club that you want to do, if there's an ecology club, Spanish club, you know, just try new things out. Just go to a meeting, and if you hate it, then just don't go to the next meeting. Okay, this tip is definitely for freshmen. You are coming from, you know, the top of the school in 8th grade, and you are coming in at the bottom in high school. So don't get cocky about it. Don't act like you're all that and you're just the best and you're so cool because you're a freshman. Because if you act like that, it's just going to make all the upperclassmen not like you, and you really want to develop good relations with them, especially the sophomores because they're the closest in age to you. Obviously, you're allowed to have fun and be confident in yourself, but don't be overly like, oh yeah, I'm in high school now, nah, 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 nah. Like, just don't. Just, here's another tip, especially for freshmen. Be friendly. Be nice to everybody, because you don't know if any of these people that you're just randomly meeting in your classes may be your best friend one day, and you want to make a good impression on everybody. If you're like rude and kind of snappy with a bunch of these people, you're not going to end up with very many friends, and that's not what you want, because as you go on in the years of high school, from freshman year, sophomore, junior, and senior, by your senior year you really won't have that many friends because your friend group just goes from this to this. And that's just naturally how it is. You weed out the people that you don't want in your life, that you don't want influencing what you do, and you keep in your group who you really truly want to be friends with. Just remember that and try to be friendly to everybody. This is something for everybody in high school. Appreciate your teachers. They are not making a lot of money. They're teaching a bunch of students who probably don't want to be there. They don't want to learn. At least in my school, that's how it was. and a lot of them really care about your learning. So definitely show them that you appreciate them, that you appreciate the time that they're taking to teach you, because they really could be doing something else. And they want you to succeed. Just remember that. No matter how mean a teacher is, they want you to succeed. They want you to go on and graduate. That's the main goal. If you weren't a very nice person to your teachers in middle school, maybe you were just annoyed by them, maybe they were super mean to you, try and put on a nicer persona towards your teachers, because it will really benefit you in the long run, especially with college applications and teacher recommendations. Okay, this one is the most important tip that I have for you, is try your hardest to do well in school, because people think freshman, sophomore year in high school, oh, my grades really don't matter, it's fine, like whatever, if I fail a class, it's whatever, I don't even care. And then you get into junior, senior year, and then you're like, oh crap, I actually do care because colleges actually look at my grades. Oh no. So definitely, please pay attention to your schoolwork and try and get the best grades that you can. Even if you're just an average student, if you try your best, then it's really going to benefit you, especially for college. I know a ton of those people my age who, you know, slacked off a ton when they were freshmen and sophomores, and now they're really regretting it. So remember, no matter how much fun you're having, you're there to be a student and do school and graduate. And the last tip that I have is have fun and be safe. You're going to be pressured into a lot of stuff. You're going to, you know, feel the need to do what your friends are doing, go to that party, do whatever. I mean, you can have fun, but you can be safe about it too. You don't want to end up in jail with a child or dead. So those three things, you don't want to do that in high school. And I've had to experience a lot of people in my school that have ended up one of those three ways, and it was not a pleasant experience, and I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. So be careful, but don't let it like limit you from going out and having fun with your friends and going to dances and all that stuff. Just remember, this is just one part of your life, and going crazy and putting yourself in danger is not the way to go. So those are some of my tips for high school and being a freshman, or just being in high school in general. If you have any questions about high school or anything you want me to answer, definitely leave those down below. Definitely make sure to subscribe and comment and like this video. Please subscribe because it really helps me out, and I really appreciate everybody that subscribes, and I love you all. You are my favorite. Alright, so that was the advice. Let's get into the tutorial. Alright, so as you can see, I already have one eye done, and I also have my eyebrows done, just because everybody is different about that. And I'm using my Maybelline Color Tattoo in Barely Branded, and I'm just using that to prime my eyes before we start the face. Now I'm using my e.l.f. Under Eye Concealer, and I'm just patting that in to a triangle motion, and I like just using concealer for high school because foundation I think is just a little bit too much for every day. I'm using my L'Oreal True Match powder, and I'm just using that to powder all of my face. For this step, I'm bronzing my face, but I'm really sorry I didn't have a drugstore bronzer, so I'm just putting that on my cheeks, and then I do put it a little bit on my forehead and my nose, but this is definitely optional. Now I'm using a Rimmel blush, and I'm just using that with an e.l.f. brush to put some color on my cheeks. I do recommend using blush even if you don't use bronzer, because it really adds life to the face. So of course I'm using my Maybelline Natural Smoke Squad, and I'm just taking the first little taupe color and I'm putting that all over my lid with an e.l.f. brush. Now I'm just taking that second darkest color and I'm popping that into the outer corner, and I'm also running it through the crease a little bit, but not too much. I lost some of the intensity after blending, so I'm just popping a little bit more of that dark color in the outer corner, and then I'm using the Sally Girl Champagne Single and putting that in the inner corner. And then I'm just taking that same taupe color with a little smudgy brush, and I'm going to put that underneath my lash line just to bring the look together and make it more cohesive. Now, of course, this is optional, but I'm using my Jordana Fabuliner and just creating a nice thin line and then a little flick at the end. You don't have to do a winged liner, you really don't have to do any liner with this at all. But I'm also using just a Jordana pencil in my upper and lower waterlines to add some depth. So of course I'm curling my lashes like I always do, and then I'm going to use some CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume on my upper lashes, but then for my lower lashes, which I'll show in a second, I am going to be using the Clump Crusher just because it's easier to use because the wand is smaller. So this is the final eye look. I think it's wearable for all ages, and I also think that you should try it out because I think you would look awesome in it. And then I'm just using this Rimmel lipstick in Airy Fairy, and I'm just dabbing that to not deposit too much color. And then of course, one of my favorite glosses, NYX Creme Brulee Lip Gloss, which just adds a little bit of shine if you are looking for that. So this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye!